Welcome back, friends and family. Things are always going to be happening, whether it be good, bad, internal, external. These experiences are happening for one good reason: for us to learn, grow, and persevere through it. It's almost like when you go to school and you don't pass the exam. You might have to re-study for that same exam in order to get the results that you really need. God is preparing you for something bigger. That's what you have to know. So again, I'm going through this journey, and in my journey, I have been separated from family members, some friends, people who I might have trusted and thought that would be there forever. You see, when money plays part, and you are due to inherit a certain amount of money, and people decide that they're going to be deceptive and steal money from you, and you find yourself so low, you have to find that one song. What is it? Survival of the fittest, only the strong survive. You have to figure out different ways in which you can handle the situation. You have to learn how to be creative when it comes to different situations. You see, when people have gone to your job and spoken to your bosses, said horrible things to cause your place of employment to reconsider your place of work, and you find that you're very low on money, you have to be creative and find different ways around it. And when you go homeless and you find that you have nothing, you have no one that you can really turn to, you have nothing that you can really solidify except for being creative. That's what you have to do. I have an aunt who's decided that she was going to take money, and she decided she was going to do some root work while she was doing that. And along with the root work, basically the family was trying to do is they were trying to make me have to come back and lean on them. But when a person tries to unalive you, you will never turn back around and go and live with the person who you know, who didn't mean you well. You see, these are the stories that go on in the news all the time, but you think it would never happen to you. You say, oh, my family is great, my family is wonderful, my family is favorable, and these things do happen. When I was interviewing a homeless woman recently, her story seemed a lot close to mine. It was almost as though we were twinning. How could a family turn against an individual who has been there for them? The one family member who would come, cook, clean, help you move if you needed them. But these stories go on in so many people's lives because you don't know the individual, or because you don't know of the person experiencing these things, because a lot of people stay silent. They feel powerless. And when you're powerless, what do? Sometimes you go into a corner and you cry. Sometimes you become fearful. I'm telling you that you don't have to be afraid of anything. You put it in God's hands and God will clear that up. I'm telling you. I can only speak from my own position because I have power played in this whole situation. Now you say power play, what do you mean? Well, I've had to stand strong and know that God is here for me and fight through it the best way that I know how. And I don't mean by beating a person up. I don't mean by hurting anyone, because you don't have to take that route. When you know that God is for you and you trust in God and you work through it with God, that's the best co-pilot you could have. I don't have to worry about those things because I know that I will be taken care of. And, I have people in my comments, making certain comments that they so choose to make. Some people who are phantoms because, they are making up fake accounts to follow me and to watch what I do. Honestly, I didn't think I was that important. But people will show you how they really feel about you based upon their actions. And that's fine too. Again, all of these are learning experiences to make you a stronger individual, to let you know that regardless of what it is that other people are choosing to do, you still have to make the right choice. You still try to stand strong. I'm not saying I'm perfect, And you know what? I'm going to take some of the credit for this as well, because I'm going to say, you know what? I trusted these people, so I do have to take responsibility for my part in it as well. I trusted the male, I trusted the family members, and I thought that people would not be responsible for this. But you know what? There were certain signs that I saw early on. When property was supposed to be given to family members for Barbados, and for land that my grandfather left, and I saw my aunt sign over paperwork, and she kept hurrying up and signing paperwork. She didn't want anybody to see this paperwork, but she was signing over everyone's rights because she didn't want to deal with an aunt. I believe Aunt Ruby was the name. And it's fine. Everyone can do whatever it is that they feel is best for themselves. But anytime you make decisions that affect other people and you don't discuss it, then the karmic experience will definitely continue to flow. I was supposed to be the curse breaker, to make certain decisions and to try to help the family to persevere, because we are not supposed to struggle. God did not bring us here to struggle. So the decisions that I made in regards to me fighting back in the most peaceful way I saw suitable, those are the things that I'm going to stand by. And I'm standing by them, and I'm doing what I feel is the right thing to do. Because in all honesty, just like my mother figure passing and me giving different family members different items that they were supposed to receive, these things occur. And I mean, some people felt slighted, I know, but when we look at everything that all of it entails, we have to also take responsibility for our actions as well as others. We have to see who did what, okay? Who shot John, okay? And in all honesty, I'm standing by the decisions that I made, because I feel as though me standing strong and giving people whatever it was that I felt that they were supposed to have, and moving forward, this is what I'm choosing to do. Now, some people might say, well, why is it that you're going about it this way? Well, it's important that even if the world has to see what we are experiencing, the world will learn a valuable lesson. The lesson is, you never bite the hand that feeds you, number one. And number two, when you are dealing with family members or friends, fair is fair. You don't take from another individual. What could have been shared would have been a better decision, would have been a better choice to make. But when you make a selfish choice and you decide that you would like to steal property, steal money, and then play games on my cell phone by acting as though I'm winning a finale of games based upon you, I open up my email and it's a game somebody's trying to, compromise my equipment. It is what it is at the end of the day. But just know this, God is able and God watches over all of this. So with all the games that are being played, this tomfoolery, at the end of this day, I hope that you can live with the choices that you've made. Because when you make certain choices and you compromise other people, the results of it could be catastrophic in some cases. And I do solidly mean that. You know why? Because when we do things against other people, we have to look at who it's going to affect. Is it only going to affect you, or is it going to affect other family members? Is it going to affect the ones you truly love and care about? That's the reason why I don't want to do anything against anyone else. I'm trying to be fair by making the right choice and moving forward on my own. I didn't ask for anyone else to deplete my accounts. I didn't ask for anyone to put their hand in my cookie jar, and I certainly did not ask for anyone to try to force me to come back. Again, I will not be returning, because as far as I am concerned, the choices have been made. And I don't beg anyone for anything, because God provides everything that I need and everything that I could possibly want. So even if I have to make a sacrifice today and not receive what I want today, perhaps God will grant that gift for me tomorrow. Whatever the case, I know that God is able, and I know that I do not have to beg, borrow, or steal from anyone. Now I do have my friend circle, and they are very few. And the good thing about them is that they've been supportive, and I appreciate that, because certain individuals who have made certain decisions working against me, I know that God has a bigger choice and a bigger reason for the way that He's going to handle everything else, you know. So that's been my word. This is Indigo Moon. I really wish everyone well, and I hope that we are learning at this time from all the mistakes, because as my father figure used to say, laugh now, cry later, when you don't make the best choice suitable. Make sure that you're making the best choices suitable for not only yourself, but for others. Because during this day and time, when you make a bad choice, others stand to suffer. This has been Indigo Moon. You have a good one.